Erebus Racing is powered by Coca-Cola for the 2023 season, a huge partnership and a great commitment from a well-known sponsor to support both cars in the team. Both Erebus and Coca-Cola will be searching for success in Supercars to make it back to Erebus's old winning ways for Gen 3. In the past, this team has often been punching above its weight and fighting the big teams such as Triple Eight and DJR Team Penske, winning a Bathurst 1000 as well as claiming pole the very next year. And on top of that, they bought their own manufacturer with minimal support from Mercedes and made it into a multi-time race winner. Betty Klemenko, the team boss at Erebus, has made her mark in the supercars world, proving that she has what it takes to make great cars and to push some truly great drivers to the front of the grid, win after win. Erebus Racing has been well loved for years by the fans, just due to their sheer commitment to make the fans happy, to give them what they want. You'll see at driver signings, they're always there till the last fan sort of left. You'll see the content that they put out, the drivers, they love the sport, they love the fans, and it really shows. But on top of that, it's not just what they do for the fans, it's what Betty and the team does for women in motorsports as well. Betty herself has found it difficult to get into supercars as a woman in the past, and she's trying to make an impact for women in the sport in the future. For example, she's one of the only team bosses to have a woman as part of their pit crew, as well as helping to push the career of well-known driver manager and Erebus director Shannon Kiley. I know it's a little bit off topic from the racing, but what she does to help young women see themselves in motorsports in the future, it's amazing, and it gives them something to look up to say, I could do that. And not only that, Kylie, with support from Erebus as well, is an ambassador for the FIA Girls on Track program, and they're truly committed to getting women in motorsports. Started by Susie Wolf, the FIA Girls on Track program has come to Australia and has many great ambassadors like Jess Dane, giving young women a unique experience to see themselves in motorsport and to chase those careers that they might have once thought was unattainable for them. On top of what they're doing for women in motorsports as well, they're also helping young drivers get through to supercars. Drivers like Will Brown, like Brodie Kostecki, they are supporting their young careers, and they have a development program across Toyota 86s and Super 2. There is a reason that these guys are well loved by Holden fans across the paddock. Which brings me on to the drivers who are also very well loved across the paddock, Will Brown and Brodie Kostecki. These two have had fast junior careers and have been pushing Erebus up into the podiums, and even a maiden win for Will Brown, which, I mean, it's the results that the hard work that the team puts in deserves. It's not unlike any other team in the paddock, but these guys feel so genuine and easy to get behind sometimes. But let's start talking about our drivers. And first, I want to talk about Will Brown, a driver who is pretty damn good on his day and even above average when he's not on his day. Grabbing his maiden win in 2021, he was unable to eclipse it last year, despite his best efforts. He often found himself outside of the pace and outside of where he needed to be. But don't get me wrong, he still has 1 win, 1 pole position and 4 podiums, which is pretty damn good for a driver who's only completed 2 seasons in the Supercars Championship. On top of that, throughout his junior career, he has won the championships of Formula 4, Toyota 86, as well as TCR. And not only that, he's also followed runner-up in TCR, as well as Super 2. Like, this kid has a seriously impressive resume so far, and he's only expanding upon it in Supercars. With his win in 2021, he became the first rookie to score a win in their debut year since 2013, alongside Chaz Mostert and Scott McLaughlin, which is some pretty damn worthy company. Not to mention, he had to hold off the GOAT, Jamie Whincup, and the fastest guy on the track, Shane Van Gisbergen, to get that win, which is already an incredible task for somebody who's well established in supercars, let alone somebody in their rookie season. Like, damn. However, with Will Brown's speed and aggression comes a little bit of inconsistency in pace and being able to keep it on the track every race, which it's not unsurprising for a rookie to be a little bit inconsistent, but it's certainly a point of improvement for Will Brown in the future. And I'm surprised I got through that sentence without saying Will with Brown, which happened way too many times. But moving on, let's talk about Brodie Kostecki, who is a well-established Supercars driver, already well respected and well known despite the fact he's only been in Supercars for 2 years as well. A part of this comes from his robust and slightly unique experience that he's had racing in America in the NASCAR Junior Series, as well as in dirt and sprint car racing. It's not often that a driver goes from Australia to America to learn NASCAR and then comes back to drive Supercars, but it's that sort of experience that makes him a very valuable driver, as well as that a very valuable mentor, as he loves mentoring the young kids who are trying to get into Supercars, whether it be online or in person. Now, Brodie has had a whirlwind few years in Supercars as well, and 5 podiums and a pole position to his name really show his merits in Supercars. He doesn't have the same sort of results as Will Brown does in the Supercars junior careers, but that's just by sheer fact that he wasn't racing as often. He had 2 wins to his name in the 2020 season, as well as 2 podiums on top of that, and he just finished 8th because he didn't race the last 2 races. And even in years previous, in 2018, he finished 5th in the championship, got 2 wins and a podium as well, but he just didn't finish at Bathurst, and it sort of screwed him over. Brodie is the sort of driver that I think will be important to watch in 2023, because I think he'll adapt very well to these new regulations, perhaps better than some of his other drivers around him. He's gotten a podium at Bathurst, and you don't just get podiums at Bathurst by sheer luck. You have to have the skill and the ability to make it there, and the next few years I think will be really crucial for Brodie. I think he will get that win, and I think he'll be chasing podiums more and more often. One thing I see for his future is that I don't think he'll stick around in Supercars forever. He does have one foot in the door when it comes to making a career in NASCAR. He already has contacts, and at the Indy 500 last year, he tried to sort of organize a part-time seat for himself for the 2023 NASCAR season. It's far from a done deal, and he's not sure whether he'd end up in NASCAR or Xfinity, but he's the sort of driver that I think would do well over there, and I wish that he can achieve his dream. Now, one final note to end the video on is that if this team wants to do well this year, they need to iron out their pit stop and driver mistakes. I believe that's the crucial key to getting victories for them. Otherwise, they're going to be nowhere in my eyes. And I also just wanted to point out how cool this Erebus logo animation is. I was watching a few of their videos, and every time that it came on, I was like, oh, I've got to include that, got to mention that as part of the video. But anyway, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, let me know in the comments below. Thank you, and I'll catch you guys next time.